And welcome to EVE Online, the daily activities of a very experienced and elderly EVE Online player in industry. This is going to center around actually building a Rhea, which is a jump freighter. It's a T2 Charon, T2 Caldari freighter. And it sells for about $7 bill right now, and something like that. It's a lot. So the first thing I'm going to do is if you watched my previous video on invention, you know that I just got a successful invent of the blueprint I need. So to build a Rhea, you either got to buy a blueprint off of contract, an invented one, and I'll even show you that. I'll show you what they go for. So there's 400 mil. Here's, that's a -4, -4 is kind of crappy. That one's the same. There's a little better one. -2, 1. But there's the one. This one. I just invented this one. 550 mil. I'll show you it right here. Right there. So I got that successfully invented. -1, -1. And here is the materials. And we're going to do in this video, I'm going to be getting these things together, and it's going to be for me, not for you, but for me, it's going to be a multi-day video because I don't have all these things built. I actually have none of them built. I have this one going, but the other ones I don't have started. So it'll take a while to get this video clipped together, but for you it'll be one long video. So let's take the blueprint. We got material piece number 1 is the blueprint. Can't do anything without a blueprint. So now we're going to go back to the station, and I'm going to start getting together the other ones. So, T2, this is a T2 ship. This is a capital ship, and that's why you see capital and then gravimetric sensor cluster. There is an item called gravimetric sensor cluster just like that, without the capital part. But that would only be for a Caldari T2 item. Because this is a capital ship, it needs capital grav sensor cluster, and yes, that means that there's a separate blueprint for this. I'll show you those blueprints as we get in here. I did have the other ones. I did have the regular, the non-capital ones of these, but for me to bother building T2 ships, T2 capital ships, I had to buy these other blueprints. So if I go to, oops, not that, here. Go down to Corp, go down to Cap Ship, here we go. So here's the blueprints here. Capital Gravimetric Sensor Cluster. Here it is here. Here's all the stuff you need, all the skills you need to bother even making this is this one component. And then you saw over here the Rhea. These are all the skills needed for the Rhea. So once you have all those, you can bother even looking into this. And this is what it needs. These items here are not typical for high-sec. What these are actually moon materials. Or, well, not quite. They require moon materials to make. You can mine moons in this game. Nothing that I've done. I haven't done that before. But it's for low-sec and zero-sec you can moon mine. And it's usually done by big alliances. Because moons, only one... can only one tower per moon, and the mining modules that are out in space, they attach to a tower, and so you can own a moon essentially that way. So people often get their towers blown up because they want that moon because it's got good minerals on it or something. Those minerals you can put together. There's different kinds of minerals like iron and like periodic table, kind of like elements. Stuff you can mine from moons, and certain combination of those you can build, you can put together and get these things like nano transistors and titanium carbide. Titanium carbide's for Caldari only. This is like the base metal is the titanium carbide. So that's what's required for these pieces. I'll show you another one. Here's another one here. There's the materials, so it's the same thing. And then these things. These are just some other random one. And so let's go back to the Rhea. So what do we need? We need all this stuff. Here's capital jump drive. That's just a regular module, regular capital module. It doesn't need T2 materials, or I mean, it doesn't need moon materials. It just needs minerals, regular minerals. I actually buy those. I'll just buy them off of Jitta. All these other ones I build these two, buy this one, build all of these. This one takes the longest, the armor plates. Charon I build, I've got one going, I'll show you that. Right there, Charon blueprint. 1 unit. And then construction blocks you can make out of planet interaction materials, PI materials, or you can just buy them off the market. I just buy them. Morphite comes out of I believe it's only 0 sec or wormhole space asteroid. I'll just buy it off the market. These RAM starship techs, you just build those with a regular blueprint. Got it right here. Just takes regular minerals, so it's not a big deal. Damage per run 95%. These actually take damage as opposed to being exploded, but you can just do the calculation. What's 95% of 40? That's what will be left over if you had 40. If you used 40 in the calculation, 95% would be left over of the 40. So I don't know why they bothered with this. They should have just made it consumable and just forgot about it. Okay, so what we're going to do right now is I'm going to go to Jitta and pick up this stuff to build with. So I'm going to get my this Fenrir here. Actually, I'll take out the blueprint though. I got it in this little ship here. I'll take this out and just put it in the hangar. So there it is there now. Okay, I'm going to go to Jitta with this big guy, and when I'm there, I'll be right back. Okay, we're now in Jitta. Now, if you watched my previous video, I picked up a whole bunch of data cores. I'm going to sell them right now to see how much I get. See how much money they're worth. Let's see. Alright, 14 mil. There's the price. That was actually a pretty crappy price for data cores, 73k. Normally they're up 200 or so, but I haven't looked at them in a while, so I'm just going to sell them for that. That's fine. Oh, I only sold a few. I guess it's just going through the buy orders here. 200, 53, 100. Okay, 100, 200 there. Then I'll get rid of the rest of them. There we go. So that was more than 14 million. That was like 30, almost 45. Well, maybe 42 mil for those data cores. Okay, so we're gonna build this Rhea. What we need is this stuff, which means we need 532 of this. So what we have to do is go into that blueprint. Sensor cluster, this one. Oh no, not that one. Capital Grav. And we need 532. So you pretty much just have to multiply these together and buy them. So 532 of this one. We need 20. That's going to be 1640. If you multiply together. 532 times 20. Actually need a 0 in there. Here we go. Okay, and then we need 10 nanoclusters, or nanotransistors. I actually overbought that not too long ago. I think I have a whole bunch sitting back in my station there. Let me just see how many I've got sitting there. 113,000. So this one's only going to take 532, which is 5,320. So that's, yeah, I've got a lot of that stuff for a while. Okay, this one I'm going to have to use a calculator for. 2013 times 532. That's what I need. I need 1070916. Okay, so they're piling up right there. Okay, the next one is reactors. So I need 622 of those. So we go back to here. Here's the reactor. 622 of these. So I need 220 of these. 6220. If that was right. Yep. And then I need 6220 of these. Oh, that's not going to be enough. I'll buy from this one. Notice how the order isn't enough. So I wouldn't get it all. I wouldn't get the 6220 I want. So I'll use this one. So I get all of them. 6220. Okay, and then I need use calculator. 813 times 622. And I need this much. Okay, so I just have to do all the rest of them here, and I guess I will do them off camera. But let me just buy the other little random things. Like I need 24 of these, so I'll buy that at a not very agreeable price, but oh well. And I will buy, I probably don't have any construction blocks, so I'll buy this, 1800. And then I will buy the Morphite. Okay. Alright, so I'm just going to do the rest of these, and I'll be right back. Okay, I got one more to go, and I saved the best for last. That's this one right here, this 845 scalar capacitor. Let me show you this. You want to be... this hurts as much as... this will hurt you as much as it's going to hurt me. Okay, what was it again? 845? 845. I got the NATO transistors. Let's just do this one. 2009. 845 times 2009. Do this one. One 697,605. Okay. Now let's do this one. 1004. 1004. 845. 1004. Whoops. Okay. Need this much. There, you check this out. Check what this is going to cost me. Look at that. For one thing. You just count how many zeros that's going to cost me. But that's required. That's the most expensive part of all this. Okay, so I finished all that. Let's stack all this crap together. Okay. And load up the old junker here. I'll pick them up like this. Okay, and I need the jump drives. And that's it. Okay, I've got him ready to go. So while I'm here, I'm going to show you another aspect of what I do in the game, and that's putting up contracts. So all this stuff is ready to go for building some of the components of the Rhea, and I will show you that in this video, although it's just going to be me putting them in the manufacturing slots, but I'll do those later. While I'm sitting here in Jeddah, I'll show you the contracts. So these are battleship and battlecruiser blueprints that I copy and sell over time into Jeddah. And I'll just show you how I work with that. So first of all, the maximum number of contracts that you can have as a person is 21. That is the max. As a corporation, you can have 500. The problem is that, you can have 10 for your corporation, but you have to have an office to put contracts up as your corporation, because the assets have to be corporate owned. And the only corporate owned assets are assets that are in an office storage, and you can create an office. You've seen my office. The corporate assets, or stuff in space is corporate owned. But I don't have an office in Jeddah because it's too expensive. Let me show you actually what it costs. Let's say I want to rent an office. It's going to cost me, how many zeros is that? Let's see. Oh, 1.3 billion. 1.3 billion for 30 days. I could afford it, but it's not worth my money. Okay. Alright, so let's see. First of all, I look at what contracts I have up. I've got a bunch of Drake contracts up. So I will just keep that in mind. If I had a whole bunch of stuff up, like let's say all my Cyclones didn't sell, they were still sitting here, I wouldn't bother looking at Cyclones. So I don't have any Cyclones up for sale, so I'm going to look at what the price is for Cyclones. All of these are max run and at least 50 ME and at least 10 PE copies, all of these. So let's go to Find in Contracts. I right-clicked on it, went to Find in Contracts. I just want Jeddah, so location's Jeddah, and I'm going to go search again. And then I'm going to scroll down a bit because all these like under a mil ones, those would be like one runners. Those will be for invention or something. Okay, it looks like there's nobody has any up. These billion ones, these will be BPOs if people want to buy an original. But there's nobody that has a 10 or I mean a 15 runner. So that means that the market is at our mercy. We can put any price we want, although we have to be reasonable. If I put 100 mil on that Cyclone Blueprint, no one will buy it. Usually they go for about 5 to 10, the battle cruisers. So because there's no other competition up, although I have to also take into account that Cyclone is not very popular, I'm going to put it at 6, and I'm going to put 2 up because it's not very popular. That will be more than enough profit. So I'm going to create item. We want public, and then pick item. It's already picked, so we just keep going. And then I want 6 mil, and you can put a description if you want, but I don't bother anymore. I used to put like max run 50 ME, whatever, but I just stopped doing it, and it just didn't seem to be worth it. So there, and then that's it, and then it's up. So then I'll just, if I refresh this, then it'll show mine. There it is right there, 6 mil. So I'll put one more up. I wish I could just say like, do the same thing, rather than have to go through all this. That'd be a nice little feature. There, so I've got 2 up now. Okay, next. Drake, I've already got Drakes up, so I'm just gonna skip it. Okay, Harbinger. Find in Contract, Jeddah. Search. Scroll down a bit to get past like the 1 runners. There we go. So what is this? Yeah, 15 run. Okay, so what's this 350? I assume this is like it's lower on the ME, I guess, but it's actually not it's a good price for 350. I'm gonna cut this guy. I'm gonna undercut this guy. So we'll put up 3, and I'm gonna do 595. So it's just 4,000 under him. And that is what you call undercutting. Whoops. I'll put one more up. Okay. Next. As you can see, I've been a little lazy with selling this stuff. I'm not on very often. I'm probably on once a week. That's about it. Maybe not even once a week sometimes. Alright. This looks crappy. Yeah, 350. Yeah, that sucks, so I'm not going to bother. There's a few up here for 350. I could put a couple up for like 395, but I don't know. It's kind of irritating. I used to get, I would say about, maybe a year and a half ago, I used to get 7 mil plus for these things, but they kind of dumped in price on me. Alright, let's look at Apocalypse. Apocalypse is a battleship. Okay, 550 is the going rate, sort of. There's no PE on those. 8 mil. Yeah, okay. So I could put some up. Maybe I'll undercut. No, I'll do 6 on these. Whoops. Alright, I'll put, yeah, I guess I'll do a 3rd. Okay, next, Armageddon. Ooh, here's a good one too. Oh, someone's selling them for cheap, but here's an 8 mil. Armageddons are kind of crappy. I'm gonna put it at 5. I'll do 5. I'll just leave it at 5. I was gonna say 55, like 5.5 mil, but I'm just gonna do 5 because I want to get rid of some of them. Okay, next, Raven. Oh, this doesn't look very good. Oh, I could do 495. I guess I'll do 495. What's this? 4 mil. Oh, it's a 5 runner. Okay. This is a battleship as well. So what is it? Also 485. Now, sometimes they don't sell. I've had to, after 2 weeks, what happens is they just get returned to you. And you lose the, I'll show you here. You lose the deposit. There's a deposit, $100. If it doesn't sell, you'll lose the deposit. You won't pay a broker fee or a sales tax. That was only if you sell them. The deposit, though, you'll lose, but it's $100 is nothing. Okay. Last one I think I have here is the Tempest. Tempest usually sell very well. What's 5 mil? Oh, there's only 1 runners. What's the 5.9? That's a 5 run. What's 7.5? 5 run. Okay, we're good. 8.79 is a 5 run. 9 mil is a 10 run with no PE. Well, well, well. I could really screw some people right now. I've sold Tempests have been really good. I've used to sell them for like 15 sometimes, which is outrageous, but people buy them. I don't know if I should go up to like 12. I don't. The size of risk is just. It's annoying putting something up and it doesn't sell. Even though this guy with 9 has the same thing as me pretty much, except he's got no PE, which is a deterrent. Because then people who use this thing to build, they are, it's taking a long time. At 0 PE, it's probably like another 50% on the time that it takes to build it. So that's a big deterrent. I bet you I could sell these for 10. Oh, maybe I'll just do 10. I'll put 3 up for 10. So after this, I have 2 spots left, 2 more contracts I could put up. But I don't think I have any left. No. This is a Caldari shuttle BPO. I've had that probably since the beginning of the game, and they're not worth very much, and shuttles aren't worth building. So maybe I'll check out the Drake. So what are these Drakes? 545? Okay, well let's see what the market is right now. Drakes are popular. Look how many pages that there was at the beginning. There 380. Oh, well that's a 10 run. No, it's 15. What's 15 run? 5 mil? Oh, that's only 1. Oh, there's a 15 run at 4. There's one at 4.9. Well, I guess I could I'll put up 2 for 4.85. So I can get rid of them. Okay, that's done. That's contracts. That's what I usually do for putting stuff up. Another thing I'll do actually while we travel. So I'll get out of here now and go back to the base and start those tier 2 or those capital components building. These are going to take a while. They're probably going to take a week. I think the highest one takes a week, or like the longest one will take a week. And then a week's time I'll record again and put the Rhea together. But in the meantime, I got a skill empty here. My skill queue went to 0. And I'll just show you that. It's a pain, like, I've got a lot of skills to 5, and there's just not many choices. I've got everything to 5 that I could possibly care about. So it's choosing a new skill is kind of it's not that helpful, but I do it anyways, I guess, just to. Okay. So let's see, what could I do? Last thing I did was some planetary management. I think I got this one to 4. And I guess I could put it to 5. Yeah, even though I don't even do PI anymore. Trade I've got pretty well done. I don't need any more of these. Here's some important skills. So contracting, if you get that to 5, then you get as many contracts as you can. Here's broker relations. That is lowering the broker's tax, and accounting is the sales tax. I got all those stuff to 5 though. Here's some being able to fly certain spaceships. I've got all these as high as I really care to. Like, I can fly anything in the game, a battleship and below. Like, unless it's T2, then it kind of depends. There's jump raiders, for example. Interceptor I've got to 1. It's just not. I could get this Galente frigate, I'd get to 5, and there's a few more T2 Galente frigates I could fly then, but there's a Galente carrier. I have flown a carrier before because I had to move the damn thing. We actually, I think I had a buddy. I had to get a carrier somewhere to sell it, and was it me or did he? Actually, I think he ended up flying it. I think I just took the carrier out just for fun. I actually had someone else fly a carrier for me to a certain destination so I could sell it to somebody for a good price. And I went with a frigate, and I had to plant, what are they called? Those little jump lights. These little jump things that you plant in space, and then if you're in not a group, but what is it called? Not a team. Can't remember now what it's called, but you join a group, and then people can jump. If you set up, I don't know what it's called, some kind of jump gate thing with your, it's like a sino field it's called. Then people can jump to you, and you can be like 5 jumps away, but they can jump right to you. So we did a few hops like that, and then I sold a carrier at a station. Because I could get 5 and go over up, so let's do that. There's not a lot to pick. Not a lot to pick. There's a dreadnought. I don't think I've ever flown a dreadnought yet, but I can. If I wanted to, I could. Alrighty, so that's that. 16 days that'll take. But that's a pretty high-end skill. Alright, so when I get back to the home base, I will get those things built, and I'll show you when I do that. Alright, we've made it back to base. So I'm just going to take all these out, put them in here. And then I gotta get out the blueprints, which are all of these. Put these in the. Now I actually used to build these are components. I used to build these components in what's called a component assembly array that you attach to a tower out the POS there. I used to build like the capital stuff for just building a Charon, like this stuff here. I used to build this stuff, these things out there, and then I would take those and I would build orcas with them in a large ship assembly array. I think it was large ship, not extra large, but large ship assembly array. You can build orcas, freighters in those. Yeah, I think that's what I did. But I don't bother with that anymore. It's just a pain. The component assembly array just reduced the time, so it was minus 25% time to build them. Okay, so I need this out because I need to know how many there was again. And just do the same thing. 532 of these. Okay, let's do... this has got to be current. There we go. So 532. So there's 3 days. So we need 622 of this one. Seven days. And we need 506. Days. And this one was 845. Four days. And now this one was the killer cost one, 845. Almost 5 days. Okay, the shield was 539. 3 days. And the armor plates, 1216. Days. There, okay. Okay, so in 7 days I will be back, and you will just see this as a continuous video though. So once those are done, the Charon will be done, and that'll be it. Everything else will be ready, and I can start building the Rhea. Rhea's take, I think, 21 days, something like that. But I actually have one ready right here, a Rhea. So in 7 days, I'll just I'll start the next Rhea, but then in the same time, I'll just get this Rhea out and just show you it, kind of as a finishing for the video. And here's just something else that I built, some construction parts. Okay, so I'll be back in a week, although it won't be a week for you.